The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey everyone, happy Thursday. Thanks for joining us for the Trading Studio. Before we get started, let me know in the questions panel if you can hear me and see that first slide. That's some of you chime in there. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Daniel. All right. Thank you, friends. So before we get going, I'm going to launch a poll. We asked this before afternoon sessions. Just lets us know who's in the room. Do you currently have an active subscription? Yes or no? While you're voting, I'll just remind everyone that you're muted. Use the questions panel to interact with us and ask questions. If you want to see something demonstrated or have a question about something specific, you might want to wait until the presenters are taking questions from the audience. Otherwise, feel free to ask away at any time and we'll try to answer you in the chat. So it looks like we've got mostly subscribers today. Welcome to all of you. Those of you that don't yet have a subscription, we do give out a discount promotional code later on in the webinar, so go ahead and grab that if you decide you want to start up with us and save some cash. Here's a quick follow-up for those subscribers in the room. Are you using premium or regular trade ideas? If you're on the premium plan, the things you have access to in addition to everything on standard is you have access to the AIs, the AI channels, the ability to auto trade using the AI strategies with a participating broker, the ability to back test, access the RBI, GBI advanced windows, and open extra charting windows, even up to 20 extra charting windows. All that kind of good stuff. So looks like over 70% are self-reporting as premium. And those of you that are on standard, if you decide you want those extras, grab that same promotional code we give out later on. It'll save you on your first installment of your upgrade. As usual, on Thursdays, your hosts are Andy Linloff and Jamie Hodge. I'm going to record this and have the recording up later on tonight or tomorrow. So you get an email reminder tomorrow with a link to the playlist on our YouTube channel where you can find it as the newest video in that playlist. So I'm going to go ahead and start the recording and let the show start. Hey, Andy and Jamie, what's going on today?
Hey, Scott. Thanks a lot, buddy. Hi, Jamie. How are you?
I'm good. Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone.
Yes. Welcome, everyone. And thank you for taking time out of your day to joining us in the Trading Studio. My name is Andy, and that is Jamie. And hopefully we'll make it worth your while. It's going to be some fun stuff today. We're going to build an alert and do a little back testing. Always kind of a fun practice. People seem to like that. But before we do, let's dive into the disclaimer and cover the legal issues we have to. We are a content publisher here at Trade Ideas. Okay, nothing that you see today should be construed as investment advice. Okay, we just want to make this for educational purposes only. If you are looking for advice, seek out somebody who holds that Series 7 license. That would be a stockbroker, a registered advisor. But we're more fun than they are, that's for sure. All right, here's the agenda for today. A market recap. And wow. What can you say? All-time highs again, huh, Jamie, basically?
Yeah, and Andy, I thought maybe we'd creep up there tomorrow, but nope, today.
Yeah, shot it up there on the close, didn't we?
Uh-huh.
Interesting. All right, so we'll cover that. Obviously, when you're at all-time highs, there's not a whole lot to dissect, that's for sure, but so that'll be short and sweet. Holly recap, there was some great trades in there today. Some great opportunity. One of the best trades came from a strategy called balloon underwater. Okay, and I was looking the back office today, and this one's been performing pretty well. So we're going to take a look at that because I want you guys to notice these strategies when they come in through and how they're performing. And you can go into history on Holly and you can look at some of these strategies and see which ones are kind of outperforming the others. And balloon underwater, I think it's one you ought to pay attention to. It's kind of a counterintuitive strategy. Okay, you're kind of going against the grain, but we'll talk more about that when we come to it. And also, we're going to try to just kind of back into this strategy. Okay, I didn't go and look at it or anything in our Holly combine or do anything like that. I just by looking at the chart, a lot of times you can kind of back into strategies, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to build this balloon underwater ourselves, and of course we can't do to it the same things Holly does to it on every night because she optimizes every night, and we just don't have the brain power to do that. But anyway, that's going to be a fun. And then we're going to take a look at price alerts. I know a few of you have said that you kind of love this game we're playing. We'll look at who the winner was today, and we'll do some more and share them with everybody. And you guys can have have some ammo going into tomorrow with these new price alerts. All right, let me get a drink of water here. And let's talk about our support, training, and education for all the new people who are in here. And we do get quite a few of them in each webinar, so bear with us, you regulars. This is it's a very powerful software. And I know a lot of new people, when they come in and they open it up, they're still trying to grasp trading. And then all of a sudden, they're diving into this new software. And a lot of them get overwhelmed. And it's our job, to help you so you won't be overwhelmed with it. I mean, you can make it overwhelming if you want to, but it doesn't have to be that way. We provide you with a lot of pre-configured alerts that you can use for swing trading, momentum trading, whatever you want to do. Right as you open the software, we have channels that will help you, with a lot of your strategies. And also we provide daily support webinars. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. We do have these 5 p.m. Eastern time slot ones. You can see them over there on the left side. Okay. And so we do this every Monday through Thursday at 5, Eastern time. And we encourage, questions and interaction so we can help you. So if you do have a question, don't hold back. We do have some content to get through, but we won't prevent that from answering questions for you. And then the support webinar, Monday through Friday, it's at every day at 12. Now, I was talking in our marketing meeting the other day because I noticed some people can't make this, and that bothers me. Okay, so we may be in the future kind of juggling this around to where we spend maybe some time in other time slots to provide support for those that may, want to only trade the first 2 or 3 hours of the day and they got to go work or whatever they do. So we may be switching this soon, but I don't want to get you all excited yet. But just bear with me because we do want to provide, more support for you guys. And this is the daily support session I was just talking about, just to kind of give you a bigger slide on it so you won't miss it. Okay, it's every weekday, Monday through Friday at 12 Eastern time. If you can make it in there, please get in there. That's where you can come, ask questions. We'll have this live stream going so you can see our desktop, and you have a chat panel so you can ask questions, and we can help you out right there live every day at 12 Eastern. All right, I think that's all for that. The next slide is for Scott. So let's back out here and let's pull up the good old SPYs and take a look here. And if you look at today's close, you are going to see that that is an all-time high. Now we can circle right here just to make sure it printed one. I'm not sure. Let's see. High, it was 385.85. And 386.24. So yes, this is an all-time high, no question about it. And I'm quite certain the Qs probably did the same thing. And yeah, pretty much. IWM. And we are there across the board, all-time highs, obviously above all the moving averages when you're that way. So like I said, there's not a whole lot to dissect. I think I'm always wary of a push through highs. A lot of people that may have been buying on these pullbacks get up here, they're maybe looking to take profit. So you always got to have in the back of your mind that it's possible that we could have a head fake and come back down. I don't know how far, but just you keep that in the back of your mind, because there are traders out there and investors, once you get to all-time highs, who like taking advantage of that for the new buying that's coming in, and selling the shares into the momentum. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But Jamie, like I said, I don't have a whole lot to say about it. I'm not going to start marking up anything, because we're just at all-time highs, and that's that.
Simple as that. That is true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and just I'm convinced that downturn that we had was completely related to the little short sell extravaganza that took place. But that's the way it seems anyway. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it had me. I'm not short anymore, but as a matter of fact, I got a few long positions. But I'm not going to fight it. I actually got short kind of up here, but I was stopped out today. Not a big loser or anything, but didn't work. And the last thing you want to do is fight. And guess what? I'm the kind of guy that'll try it again. It's okay. It's the same way with stocks. I don't mind trying to. I shouldn't say pick tops and pick bottoms. That's not what I do. If you're picking a top, you're just going to short something for no reason other than that. But when I start seeing some things like I was seeing over here that just didn't make sense to me, and then we got the sell off, I thought, hey, there's maybe something to this. But boy, for the last, since 2009, that's a long time, Jamie, to be just buying the dip works.
Yes, I agree.
And until it
works until it doesn't. Yeah,
exactly. It works until it doesn't. So, but sometimes we've had some pretty good dips in there, like last March, I believe. So, but anyway, if you want to take it over and go over some Holly stuff real quick.
Yes, I sure will.
All right.
Give me 1 sec here. All right. I think, make sure I'm on the right screen. Yeah. Okay. You should have eyes on my desktop. You got it?
I do.
Okay, perfect. All right, ladies and gents. So, Holly, let me get that whole blotter exposed here. Only 2 stop outs today. Neither one of these guys look like the juiciest type of trade around opportunity. I guess early on, QTRX actually in the live support session, we were doing this right here in this little area during the live support session. And I was pointing it out, talking about how, we got these wicks coming down here after the stop out, and the stock gravitates back up to the stop area. And we did get a nice little lift from here to here. So that would have been a good trade around for a time. But if you held on to it, right back down there to that level. But, if you got long somewhere in this level right here, it would have been a flat. So didn't finish strong. So we're not seeing a positive amount in the aggressive column. But intraday, QTRX did have some nice action around the stop area, acting more like a pivot area. And that's just kind of going backwards here. Usually talk about trade arounds last, but since they were few and far between today, just figured I'd knock that one out first. But we do have some spread today in conservative and moderate. And of course, we're looking at things as they are now. Before the spread materializes, we have to make some decisions. So let's talk about how we could have done some of that. So PFPT, that's the one Andy was talking about, the strategy balloon underwater. And you can see the daily over here. Boy, they tried to pull the balloon under the water. They did, but man, it just shot right back up, giving us this little almost doji type close on the daily. And kind of similar is what we see here. Boom, boom, boom. They pull it back and then snap. Boom, that water comes rushing to the surface where that balloon does. This one, I got to say, I'm a little perplexed by the chart here, Andy, because the shaded area. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to hold on 1 second here. I'll be right back.
Yeah, let me take a look at mine while Jamie is looking at that. It conservative profit. Yeah, that shaded area should end. I'll have to tell the dev guys about that. It should end at where Holly got out of the trade on timed exit, but it didn't unless it was an all-day hold, which I don't think it was. Yeah, I'll have to look at. He doesn't come back.
I'm sorry about that, guys. There was a power outage down the street that I had to look in on. Okay, so here we go.
I was just talking while you were away that I see what you're seeing there. I mean, but what was the timed exit on this?
Well, no, it was a timed exit. It's an all-day hold. So if we pull the strategy panel over here, see the balloon underwater?
Right.
The time stop is 245.
I'm just trying to figure out why your conservative would not be the same as moderate if it was both an all-day hold.
Yeah, that's. Hold on, let's get it back up here. I've clicked on the wrong chart. So the sell is right over here, right?
Yeah.
Let's just look at the exit price, 129 and 48.
Oh, and it shot up. So it must be, you know what? I bet the all-day holds are timed at 15 minutes before the close.
Right. So it shot up a little bit more, and see this last 15-minute candle.
Gotcha.
Is where I think the arrow is just kind of misproportioned.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So trying to play this, you could have stayed in for the last 15 minutes and made an extra what? Let's just call it $120 there. But this one, a little bit different of a story on a nice, beautiful short sell coming from the strategy bull trap. Okay. Now this one, target was hit. I mean, and what a beautiful short trade. I mean, this is exactly what you want to trade to do, whether it's long or short. I mean, this thing just, good Lord. Okay. This thing just cycling down the whole time. Beautiful trade. Holly getting out right about here on that target hit. Now, on this one, I mean, it was just cascading down. When we take a look over here at the daily, notice where it kind of put the brakes on for that for that ending right at the bottom of that wick. But a little bit more momentum on this one. It could have easily gotten into that next day there, because this little area of congestion right here is pretty undefinable. But this one might be a good one to keep an eye on for tomorrow, just to see if that selling continues in Groupon. So we could have ignored the exit signal here and got a little bit more going into the close. Not really any good add opportunities in this one or the PFPT. Let's kind of circle back around there, because I kind of forgot to address that topic. Nope, no good. Not really any good add-on opportunity in the PFPT either. Moving right along here. Not that much spread in SWBI. Let me get rid of those squigglies over there. This one, let's see, a nice spread here, because negative 30, $1.17, $117. We could just call that $150. A little bit of an add opportunity here, as Holly. Well, actually, let's see here. Okay,
yeah, there was some little bit of juice on the left.
Yeah. On AV&W, Holly pulls the plug early on a profit save. This looks typical when she does that, right? A little sideways action. Not in the trade very long. Let's see here, 8:57. So we'll just call that 15 minutes before she got a little nervous there and pulled the plug early. And if we just mark it up here a little bit, as we progressed through the day, kind of a little bit of a pullback, right? But then the seller comes back out. This would have been a great time to maybe punch a little bit more, as that opening range was broken. What's that increment there from 49.31? Yeah, a little bit more, about another 30 cents. You could have clipped off that one if you were patient enough. That one just took a little bit of time to play out there. So just ignoring Holly's exit signal, which nothing wrong with that, just kind of hovering right around the entry line, getting close to the stop, but not actually triggering the stop. And as you can see here, let's see, the last thing we got, we did have a dual signal in PM right here today. The first one banging out a little bit of profit in conservative mode. Not that big of a spread between conservative and moderate. But the second one, which was actually the first signal, 914 on that first one, 907 here. Not too bad. Not really any add opportunity. We could have just ignored the exit signal that Holly put up right here. If we hung on for another 15 minutes, that was pretty much the top for that one. So going into the close, we're looking at 117. That was pretty much the top, as you can see right here, getting a little bit more if you held to the close. So some decent conservative and moderate spread opportunity there. Not much in the way of add-ons or trade arounds today, but overall, not the best performance, not the worst. I mean, when you look over here, wow. If you're trading 100 shares a pop on 1.0, you almost pulled out $1,000. 300 here, and then at Neo, kind of having its losing day. That's really not a bad losing day for Neo, considering the fact that it's the more aggressive of the trio. So just a pretty solid performance from Holly today.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah,
not bad at all. All right, Jamie. Thank you, buddy.
Sure.
And if you need to run and go take care of anything, man, that's fine.
Yeah, if you notice I'm not answering questions, I had to go see if the power's on.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll do my best. And so far, they're taking it easy on us, so I'll do my best.
Yeah, I actually lost power here, but fortunately, I got the
back.
Battery backup kicking, so
all right,
managed to stay on. All righty.
All right, thanks, Jamie. Appreciate it. All right, guys, let's. If I get why won't I get this thing move over? Try it this way. There we go. All right, so I was looking at this today, and I've seen it a couple of times. And first of all, I'd like to say I love contrarian moves, okay? And the reason I do, let's take Groupon, for example, okay? You're looking at this and the 15-minute chart. Let me get that up here, squeeze this in a little bit. All right. Well, here's Groupon, and, you know, it's looking very strong. I mean, 4, 5 green bars in a row, 4 huge days. And then all of a sudden it gaps up today. Okay. And keep in mind, you know, that the market kind of gapped up and moved higher, and Groupon kind of did the opposite. You know, it started selling off as the market was going higher. And the reason I like contrarian plays, because you are expecting, when you jump into a contrarian play, you are expecting it to reverse and go in your direction at any moment. Okay. So it's not something you want to go counterintuitive and let it run against you, okay? Because it's doing just that. The trend is not changing. There's no change in the trend. But a lot of times, you know, when you do hit these, so it's more of a risk reward thing than it is a winning percentage thing. Okay, the winning percentage might not be in your favor, okay, because obviously it's trending up, and you were going, let me get my old cursor here so you can see. Okay, it's trending up on the daily, and you are basically fading this daily move. Okay, so you are expecting it to reverse and go down. When that doesn't happen, you know, and the reason I like them, I get out immediately. Okay, I cut my losses. It's a small loss, and I move on. But a lot of times when you are right, you can be right very, very big. In this case, to the tune of over $3 in this move. So that's what I like about contrarian moves. That's why a lot of times, guys, why I build things like revenue growth fishing. These things are not, they're at the lower end of their 3-month range. But I know if I hit them, you know, I'm going to hit it pretty big. And the thing about it is you just got to be disciplined and get out when you're wrong. So with all that being said, I wanted to talk about this balloon underwater, okay? And let's take a look at this PFPT on the daily chart, just like we were looking at it earlier. You're going to see that, and guys, if you are dropping questions in there, just Jamie, if he had to step away, I'll get to him as soon as I can. But I do want to get through this content. So what do we see here? We see a nice little spot here, where it bounced last time. You had the bar yesterday, and then it came real close to this level again. So what you have is support, okay? Now, once again, and then it's what you had 3 red bars in a row, and then you had a bar reversal, excuse me, and that was your buy signal. Okay, right there. Okay, that is a potential reversal pattern. Okay, you sold off 15 minutes. So basically for 45 minutes, then you had like a little inside bar here, and then you reversed. Okay, and the reason I like plays like this, and a lot of time for swing trades, is I know that if I'm wrong and this thing goes out and crashes back down through this level, I'm out. Okay, maybe I'll try it again some other time. I'm not going to sit here and go, counterintuitive and let it just keep running against me. That would not be prudent. So, but I know, so my risk is small, but I know my reward can be very big if it is a trend reversal. So that being said, what I was looking at today, I said, well, you know what? Let's do something fun today. Let's take a look at this and see if we can't back into this. Just kind of build our own little strategy here. So let's just pull up. What we're going to do is just pull up an alert window, and we're going to build a strategy that may signal us, just like this PFPT did, and maybe we can find other trades in there as well. So what we're going to do is just fire up a new alert. And this stuff is always fun, especially for people who are, just getting used to the software and not sure, how to use some of the filters. This is always a good practice. Just by looking at a chart, you can kind of build things. So what we're going to do is just start from scratch here. And I'm going to go in and put in my basic parameters that I always do, like over $5 is a good one for me. In this case, let's just put in 300,000 shares for the average daily volumes to make sure, because the reason I'm doing that instead of my normal 500,000 is because we're probably not going to get a whole lot of alerts coming through once we, try to pinpoint these exact areas that these things are reversing in. So a lot of stars have to align to get these signals. But I do want to see, what I don't want to see is stocks that are doing anemic volume. In other words, I don't mind 300,000, but what I don't want to see is volume today. Once I get the signal, look down there, it's only doing 20 or 30,000. That's how a lot of times you get these traps and head fakes and things like that. So let's at least put in $100,000 for a day before I see these signals. And not only that, that can also mean, okay, even that maybe it's kind of capitulating, getting some people out of it, early in the morning and before it reverses. So that can be a good signal, just some small capitulation in there. All right, so we got some basic filters in there. Let's see if there's anything else I need to do. I think that's pretty close. All right, so the first thing I see when I look up here is, in most cases, I want to see the stock down on the day, okay? Maybe trying to flush out some people and then before it reverses. So I want it down on the day, but it doesn't have to be that much, okay? The whole key is that balloon underwater type of trying to pull it down and it pops back up. But let's at least say 1%. Just at least down 1% on the close. So nothing big, just 1%. And here's the key, okay? I'm going to use the 20-day range because I think this is probably what it's using here. Okay, if I look right here and I put these things, well, here's your 20-day range right here. We go back 20 days. We can use this low right here. So it's close to that 20-day low. Okay, just by looking at that, I said, well, let's build something using a position and 20-day range. All right. So we are going to. And this is subjective. I'm going to use just to make sure I catch some things. I don't want it too far below it at all, okay? I don't mind a little bit below that 20-day range. But remember, guys, a range, first of all, it does not look at today's data. It's looking at the prior 20 days, okay? So I don't want it to be too far below the 20-day range. So I'm going to use a negative 0.05, and people may be scratching their heads, say, why are you using a negative? Anytime you're looking at a range, 0% is the lower end of that range, and 0% would be down here around this 127 mark, and the high end is up here around 140. That's 100%. So you got 0 to 100%. So something just below it, right? A negative figure is just going to be just below that 20-day range if I just put negative 0.05%. But on the max, I'm going to go ahead and put like 10%. I don't mind. It doesn't need to come down there and touch the 20-day range. I just want to see a potential reversal pattern after a sell-off here. So my next filter I'm looking at when I look at this PFPT is, look here, you had 3 red bars in a row. Okay, so I'm going to put consecutive candles here, 15-minute candles, and I'm going to put -3. Okay, so I can get the same basically pattern that we saw here in PFPT today. Is there anything else I want to look at? I think I just about got it. Okay, we do have to pick an alert. Okay, so in this case, all I'm going to do is pick a 15-minute high. We know it has to take out, okay, to do a bar reversal. We know it has to take out this bar right here. Let me draw it for you. We want it taking out that bar, okay, and doing a bar reversal. So that should be a 15-minute high once it does that. Okay, so let's clear this and let's put in our alert. And we'll come back here and we'll just select 15-minute high, add alert, and bingo, 15-minute high. So we got this and got everything. Make sure I don't forget anything. All right, let's go ahead and add a few columns. Take out the description. Some things we want to see is maybe price. I always like to see change from close. You'd like to know how far it's down on the day. We know it has to be down. I always love to see relative volume to see how that's coming along. There it is. And let's do that position in 20-day range too, so we can get a look at that, see where it is. That's probably it. I don't need a whole lot of columns in here. And let's go ahead and go to summary, and we'll name this. We'll just call it maybe a 20. Let's call it a 20-day range bounce. I don't want to call it blue and underwater. They may get dev people may get mad at me. All right. Let's fire it up and see what happens. Let's see if, first of all, I want to see if I got this PFPT in there. Okay, let's small this, make it. Oh, good. Jamie is back at the controls.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'm going to make this kind of big so you guys can see. All right. So let me just go ahead and run a history for today and see what we have. I got to take out those ETFs. I don't have, Jamie, every time I do this, it does the same thing. Don't get the same filters. All right, let me, I wonder if the close might have thrown something off. I don't know if it did. Because I did this today and I got that one. Let me take out these ETFs first. Let's see. Earnings per share. Add filter. Negative 0.01. I like to see, I do these things. I obviously earlier today I did this. I built this. I don't want to get in here and make a fool out of myself. And I need to start using the ones I build instead of working with you guys, because even though I take an image of my filters, I still can screw it up somehow. Oh, wait, that's got to be just the opposite 0.01.
Andy, I did the same thing on Monday.
Oh, it just
I said all the steps. I'm like, I know I can back right into this. And of course, it always goes wonky, you know?
I know. Let me see, 510. Let me hide unused here. 1,000. That is 300,000. Price down. Well, it looks the same. Okay, let me see if I saved that. Aha, I did. we're gonna sit here and figure out why it's not the same. Let me see if it's still reporting the same. Not sure what. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to probably go back and do this again. But for this one, I got a lot more. But let's see the configuration and see if you guys can figure out what extra is in here. Oh well, no, I optimized this one right here. That's why this one's not showing it. So let me do this right here. Okay, we're gonna go back to 5, and we're gonna go back to no price. Okay, okay, and it better come in here. I'm just gonna quit and walk away, Jamie. And there it is. See? Now look at this. Okay, there it is. We see it in this one, and you tell me what configuration is wrong that I just built. Oh, it's in both? You saw it in this one? Ah, there. Thank you. Yeah, it was so cluttered I didn't see it. Thank you there. Appreciate it.
There you go.
All right, I missed it. Thank you. All right, so let's take a look at some of these. Let's take a look at some of these others. Let's make sure now that one is just ugly. Oh, I know what I didn't do, Jamie. It's the 50 SMA. That's why I'm getting a whole lot more in this. Change from 50 SMA. We're going to add filter, and this will make sure that it's just a bullish trend, just like we saw in that PFPT. See, okay, it's above its 50-day moving average just by putting that 1 in there. So this should be a lot better now. There we go. Now it's looking the same. Yeah, see, I would have seen it then. All those filters came in there, and I was missing the 50 period moving average. Drive me crazy. All right, so let's take a look at some of these. HCC, there you got your signal right there. Now, if you were trading this, okay, there's your 20-day low. Look how close it got there to it. And then you had a bar reversal right here. Went sideways for a while. This might be a pretty good swing trading. Even if you're day trading, you could have made some money off that. Fox worked for a little bit, and now it's just, that doesn't look bad though, does it, Jamie? For a trade tomorrow, I'm going to mark that up.
Not bad at all.
No. But this is the kind of stuff that could really, there's a PFT. We know what that looks like. State Street. No, this is not State Street. It's, okay, this one is there. Not a whole lot happened with that today. Same there. Of course, GameStop, we know nothing happened there. All right, so anyway, interesting. But let's do this. I said to myself, well, let's back test this thing. Okay, let's see how effective it is. So we're going to do a back test. Now, I'm going to do one for swing trading. I just know how difficult it is to build a back test for day trading. It's really difficult. Now, I've done it, and you can do it. And I've built some pretty good ones, but I'm not going to take a chance with this one. This one for me, when you're buying like this on a near your 20-day low on a potential reversal in midday. So I'm going to do it on a swing trading. I don't want to configure. I want to back test. All right, let's just open it up all the way here. Start time. So I always recommend this, guys, when you back test, okay, because you can optimize based on time. There's no reason for you to try to figure out, on your own what time is the best. Just go ahead and open it up all the way the first time, because you'll be able, our back tester will show you what times are the best. Timed exit, we're going to do this tomorrow. I'm sorry, at the open 3 days from now. For me, and I've done tons of back testing, this seems like to be the sweet spot for a swing trade. Risk management, I don't get too tricky here. I don't like using profit targets. Doesn't mean that you can't. I just find that time works the best. Kind of like the moderate risk in Holly. Just hold that baby till the end of time. So we're just going to do a 3% stop loss. Is typical. I'll use this for a swing trade. Look for a 3% stop loss. Maybe get 6 to 10% to the upside. But I'm not going to put a target. Advanced, I always like to run mine the full gauntlet, 62 days. And let's run it and see what happens. Please don't go slow. Sometimes Holly, and after the close, will hog all the servers.
Hog up all those hamsters.
That's right, man. She's got them on her sled. She's riding that sled with her whips. All right, let's see what happens. Backtest can be so much fun, guys. It really is. But, and I was talking also today in the marketing meeting, a lot of people come in and when they want to do high frequency trading backtest, it's not designed for that. And you're going to have a lot of errors when you try to do that. Man, that's pretty good. Just right off without doing any optimization at all, you got a profit factor of 194. See, a totally counterintuitive a move when you're looking at the daily charts, but look at this result. I mean, we'll try to optimize. I'm not going to get too tricky because we only have 351 trades to work with. You guys know I don't like getting this number too low, but we're going to do it on price and time. So we're going to come here and optimize, and I'm going to show you what I do a lot of times. First, I'll do time of day. I'll stick it on 30 minutes, and if nothing jumps out at me, I can see right now, it looks like 9 to 12 looks pretty good. But I got this area right here where it really kind of gets ugly for about an hour and a half, but then it gets better. So when I see things like that, I'm not sure where my cutoff spot's going to be. What I like to do is I go to price first. I said, well, let me do price first, and then I can come back to time. So we're going to do price first. I like to come in here and put a $5 interval. Looks pretty good. 5, I don't like that winning percentage. And really this 1.79 is lower than what we had. We had like a 1.9 or something like that. So that was lower. But 10, starting at 10 is a good spot. So just right click, set min strategy to 10. All right. Automatically puts it in there for you. Nice little feature. And then I'm going to come down, and really after this $70 range, it kind of drops off bit for 8 trades right there, and then just kind of gets really not all that great, just really gets sloppy. See how you got a lot of mixed red and green in there. So let's just do it for a good old $70 high there. Okay, and then now what we'll do is we will run it again. Anytime I make a change, I run it afterwards. 194. Let's try now. Here's what's going to happen though. Okay, since we cut off every high price stock above $70, I know my average winner is going to drop. Right now, my average winner is 275 and 165. That's pretty good. I know this is going to drop. I just hope this drops along with it. So let's run it again and see what happens. It's going to be a little bit different than what I did earlier during midday because we got one extra day of closing positions in it. Ah, 2.55. Okay. Profit factor is better. Of course, we narrowed it down from 351 trades to 190. So one thing good about that, you would need a lot less buying power. Okay. So this number actually came down, the total figure. It was 63,000. Now it's down to 59, but it's okay. I like our winning percentage went up. Obviously, this average winner went down, but look how much our average loser came down by chopping off those high price ones. That's a great little, 2 to 1, basically a 2 to 1 difference there. That's nice. That's the kind of stuff you want to see. We're going to do one more. Now we're going to go back to time and see if we can get anything good on this thing for time. And really, the first 30 minutes of the day is not all that great at all. Okay. So then it kind of gets a little bit ugly in here, but then it really comes. I'm not gonna. There's some really good numbers down here, so I'm just gonna chop off the first. Actually, it's only 3 trades. You know what? I'm not even gonna mess with it. You guys, I'm gonna share this with you. You guys can always go in here and see. I can look at it right now and tell there's just not gonna improve it that much by chopping off a bunch of trades. Plus, I want to have an alert where I'm getting some decent trades coming through. I mean, right now that's not a whole lot right there on a 62-day time frame. So we'll leave it at that. So anyway, I'm going to share this with you. You guys can do what you want to with it. It's very similar to what we saw in that balloon underwater today. We actually pulled up a symbol from that. So it goes to show you guys, when you see some of these Holly, strategies, you can kind of look at a chart sometimes and you can kind of back into it and get an idea. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. Get an idea of maybe how you can come back into some of these strategies and create your own little windows. Obviously, we're not going to share our magic potion with you, and plus Holly changes it so much each night anyway, so it wouldn't make that much of a difference anyway. So let me just go ahead. I'll minimize in case anybody has a question about this later, but I will go ahead and share this with you. And let me just go ahead and do the one that I had so we don't get, is this the one I actually, optimize? Let's see. No, this one was the one. All right. Let me just make sure I got the right configuration in here. This is to optimize. You guys can always take it out if you want to see more, trades coming through during the day and do with it what you want. But we will share this, and I'll drop it into the chat window. And then, guys, we can take a look at the last week's price alerts. And I believe Dave had a really good one. We'll take a look at it here in a minute. All right, 20-day. I'm just going to say 20 bounce in the. All right, guys, it's going into the chat window right now. So you guys have access to that. Do with it what you want. If you want to make it part of your arsenal. All right, let's bring up the price alerts now and see how you guys performed. And Jamie and I were talking today, man. Well, I may have been talking to Chris at the time, but I know I talk to Jamie all the time in our little hedge fund thread. But yeah, it's some fickle action lately, man. It's kind of weird. Even though the market's at all-time highs, it looks like to me the baton is being passed from one sector. Today it was the financials, oil yesterday. It just seems like and before that it was the internet started to hide the big boys in tech. So it just doing the old baton passing. All right, let's go to create here and let's go down and look. And I believe the big winner was Dave. Dave was Spice. Take a look at Spice, and there was the call right here on this day right here. As I click on this alert, it will show you where the alert went off, and nice little trade there. Currently, it is up $1 since chose 26%. So nice call, Dave. Good job. Woohoo! Yes. Dave had a good one. There's a few. Stan on CGC, not bad at all. Up 6.5%. Great call there for Stan. Let's see. Renata, not a bad call at all with a call in NMTR with a 12.5% gains. Guys, there's some smart people in there. When I share these alerts, you might want to pay attention to them. I mean, you guys are having some decent calls. Here's another one for Randy from Mara, which looks like it still may have some meat on that bone. It can go a little bit further. So some great calls. I mean, no one got. I guess Bongo was probably didn't do all that well, but no harm, no foul there. All right, so good job, guys. All right, I'm going to go ahead and race these so I don't get them confused, and we'll do this again. It's kind of fun. So while I'm deleting these guys, you might want to start piling them in. And here's what we want. We need symbol, put the symbol in there and the price that you want me to set the alert. If it is a short, let me know it's a short. Otherwise, it'll all be longs. Let me go ahead and delete these 10. Make sure I don't have any more names in there. All right, let's go. Yeah, Dave, I'm sorry. Dave likes calling it space. Yeah, you're right, man. It's funny how you get these little names for things, man, and you don't want to hear it called anything else.
Andy's a Spice Girl fan, so that's
yeah,
why.
There you go. Yeah. All right. AGAN from Dave at 525. I see what he's doing here. Let's see. Make sure this thing doesn't go off right as I set it. I don't think it will. 525, and that is Dave. All right. BGS from Bill at 3275. 3275. Okay, we'll stick her in there. And that is from Bill E. All right, guys, let's see. AGTC. Aja. All right, let's put it in there. And that is at, did you get a price there? Oh, I'm sorry. I got to come back and circle back on Randy. You got a price there, Aja, in the AGTC? 514. Oh, it's printing there. It looks like. I see what. Okay, we're gonna have to go a little bit higher. We'll stick it in there at like around 517 because it looks like it's printing there right now. All right, you got in there without triggering. Let me go back to Randy WK Workhorse there. And that is at 4350. I'll give you a little head start there, Randy, in case. Atos from Martin at 550. Let's see my charts. I'm gonna give you a little head start there too because I can't reach up there. Hold on, I'm gonna give you a 526. Give you a little head start. And don't worry if it goes to where I just set it and pulls back, I'll remember that I was the one that did that. So yours was really at 550. I just could not reach up that high. Stan G was sinks. And that is at 1122. Seeing some good ones, guys. Seeing some good ones. Neo from Chris Varley.
Yeah, we got to get a price and a name for somebody that's watching over the YouTube channel.
Yeah. You know what? I can peg it for him because I got my eye on that one anyway. I need somehow my alert. I think it went off and I closed it out. I need to make sure because I'm kind of balling that myself. Tell him he's going to get it. If he doesn't come back, he's going to get it at 50. What did I just set that? 59:30. Well, let me edit. And that is for, let's see, what did he say his name was? No, he didn't.
He's
okay,
waiting on an answer.
Okay. I'll just say YouTube guy.
Good enough.
Tiger, man, that tiger, I could just kill myself. I was in that thing forever and got out. Yeah. 26 from Vincent. He's looking for a pullback. I see. We'll just do that. And, well, you're going to get a head start, Aja. Make Tiger long. Yes. Oh, yes. Make Tiger long. Thank you. There we go. Thanks, Dave. CGC at 43. At 43, looking for a pullback. I'm assuming that's a long, Luke. Okay. Yeah, so nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with the pullback. Let's see. It does have a long. And oh, wow, I wonder why that one automatically put a long. I don't know, maybe I did. All right. That's from Luke. And, oh, gosh, did I already trigger? No, we'll leave it in there. It's at 43.25 now. UAA from Marina. Or is that Renee? I don't know. I know you guys laugh, go over there giggling when I butcher your names. And for 27, that's really high up. You sure you don't mean that? You mean to put it maybe a little? That's really high up there on that one. Well, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick it up here around 2050, just 2038. Because I got to get going here. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. HUYA.
Right, for Sarah. And then
okay, for Sarah at
2775.
Let's just put it up here. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of cheat every now and then because I'm running out of time here, and there's some coming in. That's Sarah. Okay. I'm going to starting this a lot earlier. PayPal from Abdul there. PYPL at 270. Looking for, that's a little tight there. Looking for a pullback on that one. It's right now at 725. I'll go about 50 because we don't 47 there. And all right, looks like we got them all in. Let me know if I missed anything, Jamie. I think I got them all though.
All right.
Oh, Daniel with SNDL at 99.
Yep.
99 is looking for a pullback on that. We'll stick it in there. That could end up being a big percentage gain there. Put it long. All right, let me share these guys. That's going to have to be all just because we're kind of out of time here. But thanks everybody for playing, and share, copy all, and be sure to get these. I'm dropping them in the chat window. We're seeing some pretty good ones in there. Price alerts, and there you go. All right, guys, thanks very much for playing. I'm going to bring Scott in. You guys hang on. He'll have a discount code for you. All right, Scott.
Yeah, thanks, Andy.
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple of items to go over on the way out. We do have an ebook for earnings season. It's timely for now, so go ahead and grab that, tradeIdeas.com/earnings. It's got some strategies to help you take advantage of earnings season, and also some cloud links within the PDF that you can import into your layout. Check out the podcast, Trade Ideas Podcast. We'll have a new pod up soon. But check out the last one we released a week or two ago. Search for Trade Ideas Podcast wherever you listen to your pods. Go ahead and get that download and check out the previous interviews that we published. There's some good stuff in there. Code Opportunity saves you 15% off your first month or year of any Trade Ideas subscription or upgrade from standard to premium. So go ahead and take advantage of that. And if you want to find Jamie on Twitter, he's at QuantBot. Steve Gomez, that does some of the other webinars, is at Today Trader. We also have at Trade Ideas. And Trade Ideas Pro is the Facebook handle to like, follow, and share stuff with your friends. So if any questions at all, send them to info@tradeideas.com. It goes to our help desk. And the recording of this will be up later. You get an email reminder tomorrow from GoToWebinar with a link to the playlist. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Andy. Thank you all. Have a good one.
Thanks, Scott. Justin, that code was opportunity. Okay. And thanks, everybody. I'll see some of you tomorrow in the support session.
Yep. See you tomorrow.
Cheers.